All right. So I finally got around to it. We're going to talk about Jermaine Cole. Jermaine Cole's seventh album, his seventh studio album, The Fall Off, after I think 10, maybe 11 years before it's kind of when he started talking about it, he's going to drop it. Full disclosure, I'm going to open this up by telling you that I'm going to try my very, 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 very best to be fair on this. This review is going to be all over the place. A lot like this album, all over the place. Um, I made sure to listen to it. I think I've listened to it like 4 times through. I've listened to it since it came out. I feel like I've given it more than enough time for me to give a fair assessment. I also made it a point to avoid Facebook for like the first 2 days. I made sure not to listen to other reviews because I didn't want to be influenced based off of what other people were thinking. I also decided, just for the sake of the music piece on it, I was not going to take into account any of the stuff that went on with the beef. Oh, we're going to talk about the beef. I don't care how good this album is. We're going to talk about it. So if you're a coal miner, you're just going to have to deal with it. Some things up front. I am a J. Cole fan, or I'm a fan of J. Cole, I guess would be a way to put it. And by that, I mean, I've been listening to his music. I've been rocking with him since like 2010? 2010, whenever the, what was it, the warm-up season? A long time. Over a decade. We'll just say that. With that being said, though, I'm not a stan for him. I'm only a stan for 2 artists. I'm a stan for SZA, and I'm a stan for No Name. Right? So they can do no wrong in my eyes, being up front. So I'm not a stan for any of these guys. I like them as musicians. I think they make great music. I support that. I'm not gonna act like I like something just because I'm so enamored with any artist. I've been a Kendrick Lamar fan forever, and folks was trying to step on my neck because I was like, "Hey man, Mr. Morale is mid, Mr. Morale and the Mid Steppers," and it is. Same people that was coming from my neck when I was telling everybody that To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic, but it's whatever. It's no big deal. I ain't tripping on it. Also, some things to get out. If you're expecting some glazing, oh, this is the greatest album ever, not gonna do that. If you expecting me to just trash this, not gonna do that. I'm going to try to give a honest review on how I felt about the music. Alright, so first starting off, before we even get started on any of this is a long album. J. Cole said that he decided this album was going to be if Jay-Z dropped Reasonable Doubt in the beginning. This is supposed to be his final album. In case you don't know how rappers work, rappers retire all the time. And a year or 2 later, they come back and they drop another project. I think the bars that Cole put in the album, I think it's clear that he's doing a refresh. He's coming as a new person. He's gonna make another album. He's gonna make more music. So, sure, we're gonna say that it's his final album. He's gonna come out with another album. He's gonna come out with more music. My opinions on J. Cole as an artist haven't really changed. I've always felt like J. Cole was an exceptionally talented lyricist who had good song making ability. But for whatever reason, he could not put a whole project together. He's not really good with albums. Historically. He hasn't really done that great a job of coherently putting an album together from start to finish that has like a theme or anything going on. I mean, it just is what it is. When you think in comparison of some of the other artists that, Also, there are going to be some comparisons in here. I know some of y'all, don't make comparisons. It's supposed to be about Cole. We're going to make comparisons. He's going to get compared to Nas. He's going to get compared to Jay-Z. He's going to get compared to Kendrick Lamar. He's going to get compared to Drake in this review. That bothers you. Get your panties in a bunch. Feel free to not watch the video. So, this album is long. It's a double album. Apparently, back when he was 29 is when he started putting this together. And then the last 2 years... when he decided to throw shots in response to Kendrick Lamar's Like That verse. And then when the internet didn't give him the response that he liked, he took it down and he apologized at his festival. um, in front of his own fans at that in his hometown. So there's that. Ever since then, he decided that life had made changes or whatever, and he felt like he should had went on ahead and make it a double album. So it's a second piece on there. Um, we're gonna talk about that. So when it comes to the theme of the album, I know what the stated theme is. The stated theme is supposed to be from the 29 intro down to Lonely at the Top, which I think is supposed to be a bonus track. It's effectively, this was the 29-year-old Cole. This is Cole when he went back to his hometown in Fayetteville, Carolina. And this is kind of where he was then. And then the 39 intro moving forward is supposed to be like the older, more mature, enlightened Cole after he went to, I guess, Tibet and learned from the Dalai Lama how to make peace or whatever. Sure. And I get that's supposed to be the theme. When you actually listen to the raps, I don't know what the theme is. And anybody who tells you consistently, like for real, double down, this is what the theme is, they capping. It's cap. All right, this is what it is to it. I also want to say I am in the Navy. I'm gonna say some stuff for my Facebook friends that you probably ain't gonna want to hear. Some bad words. I'm an adult. All right, y'all just got to deal with it. Most of it, I'll just keep it to quoting specific lines. Y'all will be all right, All right, so the first track on here is the 29 intro. It's an intro. It's not a song. It's kind of got the going back to Carolina sample. I forget the name of the country song. It's fine. I didn't have an issue with it. It is a little deceptive though, because when you get there, it's starting off like, okay, I'm going back to Carolina, and it's kind of like, oh, all right, this album's gonna be he's getting real deep into his roots. This is the Carolina swag, Carolina sound that we're gonna be going over. He does do that for a little bit, and then the album kind of runs off the rails. 2-6. I don't have that much to talk about 2-6, honestly. It's all right. Some positives I just want to go ahead and get out though. As far as his rapping ability, when it comes to lyrics, I actually think this is the best. This is J. Cole at his height. Like, I don't think he's been a better lyricist than he is right now. Even the corny bars that you might not like, he's able to spit them in a really eloquent way. He's got a good cadence. It's elite. It's elite barsmith. Like, we got to give dude his credit. It is elite barsmith. He can really rap. He can really, really rap. And he's always been able to rap. But out of all of his projects, this is probably the best rapping you're going to get out of J. Cole. Or at least this is the best that we've gotten up to this point. So kudos to that. 2-6 itself, the beat is alright. It's cool. Yeah, it's cool. Not your typical intro that really, like, wakes you up. But it's cool, I guess. Like, I've just heard so many different intros to albums that really wake you up. And it's like, oh... Like DMX's intro on I forget the name of the album. I'm tired. The one where he's covered in the blood. I think it's Hell is Hot. Oh no, it's Dark and Hell is Hot. That's the one where he's all covered in black and it's just a silhouette of his head. Like, that intro was fire. Scarface, Ghetto Boys. Every Nigga's a Star on Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly. I'd even say Tuscan Leather, right? Really, really good, really enjoyable. Like, whoa, okay, I see what I'm getting for intro on the album. As far as this one, like, the rapping is cool, but it's that's all right. Nothing to write home about. It moves on. I give it it's a medium. It's a medium. Then we go to Safety. So I actually like Safety. I like the beat. I like the flow pattern. I know he's from the South, but reminder, I think he spent 6 years. When he was up in college, he was in New York. He's heavily influenced by New York rap, Nas in particular. He's clearly a massive Nas fan. I really like Safety, actually. I like the beat. It's a boom bap beat, so it sounds like something that would have been from early to mid 90s New York. But J. Cole sounds really good on boom bap beats, actually. And he's rapping really well. The storytelling is very similar. It's a Nas-esque storytelling type. So I guess this kind of depends on just what type of flavor storytelling you like. So if you like more of the Scarface storytelling type, or I guess for modern listeners, that'll be more of the Kendrick Lamar type, where it's like you're listening to him like rap, and you can kind of see the you can kind of see a movie in your head almost. That's the Scarface, Kendrick Lamar type of storytelling. If you're more of the oh man, I'm in the middle of a conversation with the person, and they just giving it to me in rap form. That's more of the Nas, J. Cole style. I like both styles, but I mean there are people who like one over the other. I like both styles. I like Safety a lot. Safety got a lot of mixed reviews online, which made me wonder, when did hip hop fans become so clutching their pearls? Oh, he said that. That's so offensive. Soft. Butterfly fans. I don't really understand when that happened, because I guess a lot of people they were upset about the bars he was talking about. So, all right, in case you haven't listened to the song, people were acting stupid. They were like they didn't get it. I'm not caping for Cole. I get if you didn't like the content, that's fine. But people up here acting like they don't get what he was saying. It was pretty clear. What he was saying was there's an imaginary friend that he's going back and forth with in a conversation that's kind of catching up with him, and they're talking about a guy that they knew when they were younger who was gay. He was a homosexual, and all the people in Fayetteville kind of isolate himself from that because they don't support that lifestyle. And he goes to Atlanta in college, and he's living his lifestyle pretty much. And then Cole, not Cole, but the friend explains that he ends up dying from AIDS. I guess he becomes a transsexual, wearing a lace front. He's on the strip, and he contracts AIDS from this lifestyle, I guess, of having unprotected sex cell in his body. And that he pretty much, looking back, the friend feels kind of down on it that they treated him the way he did. I don't have a problem, like, if you don't like that content, that's fine. Acting like he didn't get it, I don't know. It's just kind of weird. Like, it wasn't that deep. I think anybody who's kind of paying attention can get what he was getting at. Long story short, I like Safety. I like the beat. I thought the flows were good. I thought it was good storytelling. Moving on. Run a Train. All right. Run a Train. I like Run a Train. And I like it a lot, to be honest. I did not like... I actually couldn't tell that was Future. Future's voice is kind of weird on this one. It's not mixed, or the A&R or auto-tune or whatever. The typical Future voice that you get was not what this was. The first time I was listening to this album all the way through, I was actually driving. I thought it was J. Cole just making a weird voice. And I really didn't like that portion where it was kind of like, fuck do you know about my struggle? You know? Fuck do you know about my pain? I was like, man, he's kind of making this weird voice. And I realized it was Future, and I kind of didn't like it, but by the time I listened to it the second time, I was cool with it. Future's just got this weird thing about his voice and kind of his swag. I felt the same way on King's Disease or King's Dead, that Kendrick Lamar album that they did for Black Panther, where he did his Lottie Dottie Da verse. And I remember the first time hearing that, I was like, bro, he's ruining the song. I'm not feeling this. But he ended up, by the second or third time I heard it, I was feeling it. Similar situation. I like Run the Train a lot. I think it's one of the best tracks on here, actually. Followed by Poor Thing. Poor Thing is fire. The beat is fire. The rapping is fire. The transition in between the lyrics is fire. The subject matter is fire. I'm feeling it. I'm rocking with it. It would have been really nice if the energy that was on Run a Train or Poor Thing would have just kept going throughout the entire album. So far, I have no downs, actually. The album's coming out pretty good. It's decent. It's good. Unfortunately, out of all the songs that I'm enjoying, there isn't anything that really stuck with me in a heavy way, but we'll get there when we get there. Following that, listen to Legacy. All right, so Legacy is the first one on here that I gotta give. I like the beat. Not really feeling the subject matter that much, but that's okay. It's for the ladies. You know, you gotta make something for the girlies. I'm not tripping. Legacy, it is what it is. If you love it, you love it. If you like it, it's cool. Moving on. All right, Bunts Road Blues. Yeah, here's where I'm about to get the negative comments. I like Tim's a lot. I'm a Future fan. I'm not feeling the song. Not feeling the song. The song is boring. It is. For Tim's to be as talented and that beautiful voice that she's got, I definitely felt like she could have been doing way more harmonizing throughout a good portion of the song. Again, J. Cole's rapping is fine, but it's like, I'm not feeling the song, man. I'm not. I've listened to it enough times. And now that I've listened to the album like 4 times through, when I do go back to it to listen to different tracks, I kind of automatically skip it. I'm not feeling Bunch Road Blues, and I don't really know why Future was featured on here again. It wasn't really necessary. It gets it down for me. Surprisingly, because I really love Tim's, and you think Future and Tim's collabing again would have been amazing, but I'm really not feeling it. Who the fuck is you? Now we talking. Good. I like the beat. Yeah, I like the subject matter. His flows are really good. No really corny punchlines. I'm feeling it. This one was a good track. And then drum and bass. So I like drum and bass a lot, actually. I like it a lot. It's probably maybe my fourth favorite track out of this long hour plus. I think it's like an hour 20 minutes album. I like drum and bass. It's just it's a good track. It's a good hip hop track. He did a good job with it. So I got to give him credit on that. Now, I'll take a pause just to talk about the album in general, even though the direction is kind of weird and I don't get too much out of it. Is that I think it's not going to change anybody's opinion on anything concerning J. Cole. If you're a J. Cole hater, this isn't going to make you fall in love with J. Cole's art style or how he raps or any of that. If you are a J. Cole stan, if you're a coal miner, this is exactly what you wanted. I mean, this is vintage. This is a J. Cole album, pretty much. It's the most coaliest Cole album that's come out. All right, so continuing on. Next is the Let Out. The Let Out is one of those songs, man. You either love it or you hate it. I know some people that really, really feeling it. I'm on the other side of that. I do not like this song. I don't like the beat. The lyrics are fine. Again, I don't think J. Cole raps poorly on any song on this album, actually. I don't think there's a single song where he raps poorly. The vocalizing is really, really, really irritating on the album. The harmonizing, I don't want to hear that. But all in all, I just don't like the Let Out. I don't like the weird little country thing he's got going on or whatever. I don't like it. It should not have made it on the album. He could have put it on that throwaway mixtape that he did. All right, so following that, you got Bombs in the Ville and then Hit the Gas. So some people told me that they actually fell asleep listening to the album, and I can get why. Not only is it long, but it really starts to run. It runs more than it needs to. And so I don't like Bombs in the Ville, but I love Hit the Gas. I love it. It's probably my second favorite song on the whole tape. Bombs in the Ville, it's like, man, this is mid. This is a down, bro. Like, I'm not feeling this. It's supposed to be your final album. I don't know if now is the time for you to be trying to experiment with the harmonization and the serenades and all this other stuff. I'm not feeling it, man. But when the beat switches, that beat is fire. He's rapping on Hit the Gas. It's that beat, it sounds like a Cash Cobain beat. It sounds like Cash Cobain was supposed to like be a feature on the song, but he didn't mail it in time or something. I'm really feeling it. I like the song. I like that portion of it. I think it's good. I think it's fire. When I do go back to the album, typically what I'm listening to is I'm listening to Safety, I'm listening to Run a Train, I'm listening to Poor Thing, or I'm listening to Hit the Gas. Those are like my go-tos. All right, Lonely at the Top, followed by, which is supposed to be a bonus track, which is placed in a weird spot. I'm not even a fan of bonus tracks when it comes to albums anyway, because if you're trying to do a thematic album and I'm listening to it all the way through, I don't need this random song thrown in there. Lonely at the Top, I like the beat. He's not really talking about nothing, though. And to be honest with you, on most of this album, he's not really talking about nothing. The same old J. Cole stuff. Oh, I'm rapping and I'm doing my best to be regarded as the best and be famous, but I hate the fame. I'm just like you, and all that fake, like, humble morality stuff. Which is like, whatever. Make good music, dude, and I'll support it. But I don't need all the extra stuff. Which is a problem that I've always had with these entertainers. For you young guys who aren't tracking, years ago, Ludacris and Mary J. Blige had this song where they was like, it's called Runaway Love, where like in the ending frame, they're talking about how they would also run away with you, and they'll leave everything to go be with the runaways. And it's like, bro, that is cap. It's cap. Even on the projects where I love from J. Cole, where like Love Yours from 2014, Forest Hill Drive, Like, he's got that bar. The good news is, nigga, you came a long way. The bad news is, nigga, you went the wrong way. Think being broke was better. I don't say that last part because it's cap. It's cap. J. Cole knows it's cap. And anybody who's experienced any about of real life knows it's cap. Okay? It's just, knock it off, man. Knock it off. All right? Would you rather be rich and have issues, or would you rather be broke and have issues? All right? Would you rather be rich and have medical issues, or would you rather be poor and have medical issues? Would you rather be rich and beefing with your family, or would you rather be poor and beefing with your family? It's a no question. Does more money bring more problems? Yeah, sure. But we're not going to sit here and act like, fame and making money is just, it's such a drab, feel sorry for me. That's the type of stuff that makes me like, it makes J. Cole piss me off, man. All right, moving on. So once Lonely at the Top, how do I feel about it? It's mid. The beat is nice. Again, he's rapping well, but he's not really talking about nothing on it. And don't get me twisted. Like, I don't need Cole to be this super introspective, deep philosopher rapper, right? Even though he thinks he is, or maybe he doesn't, but his fan base absolutely thinks he is. At least the core fan base. I remember on Facebook years ago, there was this meme that was floating around where it was this meme of like this thought dressed up like in dress wear or whatever, and she's like partying, living life or whatever, and she bends down and she like sees a Cole album and she picks it up, and then it's kind of like the Darwinian evolutionary chart, where as she's listening to the different albums, she's going through the different stages of going from a thought to, I guess, a wholesome clean girl or whatever. But here's the thing though, that's what J. Cole fans really think about J. Cole. They think that his music will be able to turn you into a pretty much a street hooker to this, I guess, college girl, respectable, outstanding member of society or whatever. It's like, bro, Cole is not that deep, bro. Cole is not that deep. He's not American Psychiatric Journal. He's not Reader's Digest. Like, Cole isn't surface level, but he's like 2 levels below the surface. All right, it's not that deep. There are far deeper rappers. Like, if you want more deeper introspective music, you can listen to Kendrick Lamar. You can listen to Lupe. There are other artists that get into way more deeper details. Ooh, okay. That was a minute, and that was only disc 1. Yeah. If he would have got rid of some of these on disc 1 and took the fire ones from disc 2 and just put them on disc 1, the reviews that the album got would have probably been better. I think Pitchfork and Metacritic or somebody gave it like a 5.7, which I'm kind of giving my score away here, but I think that's ridiculous. It's not that bad, bro. It's not that bad. Moving on, though. So, 39 intro. Again, it's really easy, unless you are just the most avid J. Cole lover, where you're hanging on every word. It's really easy to get tired and get bored in this album. And the mellow crooning and harmonization and poor attempts to sing and stuff like that adds to it. I absolutely hate the first part of the 39 intro. And then it happens. At the 2-minute and 54-second mark, when the beat switches, fire. Fire, fire, fire. I'm like, yes, finally. Finally, we got some energy. Finally, we got some aggression. What you would expect from a J. Cole album, pretty much. This is supposed to be your last album. You know, you talking, you doing the chicky rapping. In case you don't know what that is, the chicky rapping is it's like the braggadocious, I'm the best there is. That kind of rapping. We finally get it. It took me to get to disc 2, but I'm finally at the track where he's really just going and he's really rapping. Then the fall off is inevitable following that. I like the fall off is inevitable. Probably should have been the first song. That probably should have been the intro instead of 2-6. But again, J. Cole doesn't really know how to put together an album in a coherent way. So it's whatever. You know, it is what it is. I like it though. I like that one. Followed by The Villist. All right, mixed reviews on that one. So he's got Erykah Badu featured. In case you don't know, that beat is from Erykah Badu's track. I can't remember the name of the song. It's the one that she did with The Alchemist. I think 2024, 2025. Anyway, it's a dope song. You should go listen to it. I liked the beat on Erica Badu's song. I like the beat here, but it's mid. I'm gonna say it's mid. The Villas is mid. It's not that good. It's not that bad. Disc 2 is clearly, I think it's intended to kind of be an ode to hip hop. There's a lot of interpolation from lyrics from other famous hip hop songs. There's a lot of mixes from other hip hop beats. There's of course there's Mobb Deep samples, two actually, on this album. There's interpolation from DMX. There's interpolation from a lot. I'm tired, if you can't tell. But I need to get this out now. I'm never going to get it out. So that's kind of where we're at. But I like the fall off is inevitable. The Villas is kind of mid. And then this album takes a dive down. I am definitely in the disc 1 camp is better than disc 2 because boy does it get bad. We get to Old Dog. I don't have anything good to say about it. Not a fan of Old Dog. It's a skip for me. Following that, Life Sentence. Not a fan of Life Sentence either. I think it's a bad song. I'm not feeling the beat, the subject matter. Again, like every song on this, actually, he's not really talking about too much. So there's that. Only You is down. Not feeling that. Man Up Above. Yeah, it's kind of mid. Yeah, it's alright, I guess. It's alright. But there's like, I've heard such better samples. Like gospel samples, there are just so many better ones. Like West Side, like the Griselda Gang, even Furthest Thing, the second portion of Furthest Thing off of Nothing Was the Same. Like, there's so many better gospel samples, so it's kind of hard to like, all right, you're going to use Marvin Sapp. Is that what you want to do? It's like, is that the direction you want to go with this beat? I Love Her Again. Okay, finally a positive. I Love Her Again is very, 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 it's controversial. I actually like I Love Her Again. It interlopes. So he's, again, this disc is obviously supposed to be an ode to hip hop, all of his fans, or all of his idols. And I like how he's pretty much, obviously, it's a quip from Commons. I used to love her back when the West Coast was turning hip hop into gangster rap, and he started beefing with Cube and the West Side Connection, all those guys. I like, but instead of actually interloping any of the lyrics from that one, he takes from Commons the Light song off of Water for Chocolate, which is a classic album, by the way. So good on him for that. I thought that was cool. I thought it was cool that he rapped from the perspective of Biggie and Pac. When it comes to, I know a lot of people didn't like that. Cole does not address the beef, honestly, in any direct way in this album. He doesn't address stepping out of the beef in this album directly. So this is the most interactions you're going to get with it. He indirectly does it by rapping "What If" between Biggie and Pac, if they would have been able to squash the beef. We've heard Nas do this. We've heard other artists do it. And I think that's kind of why it's kind of irritating people. Again, kind of more to the clutching the pearls thing. People got issues with, that's so disrespectful. Did he get a perspective, or did he get permission from the family? It's like, bro, it's music. It's hip hop. Like, he can do it. I like the album. I like the beat. I like the rapping. I like the way he's doing the storytelling. As far as him trying to imitate their flows, though, he definitely does a better job of rapping as Biggie than he does Pac. But I kind of got to compare it. When Drake and Kendrick were beefing, when he did that Tailor-Made freestyle, Drake did a better job imitating Pac and Snoop's flow than Cole did on this one. Sorry. This is what it is. Then we get to so Quick Stop. I really like Quick Stop a lot. Quick Stop is good. So far on album 2, let me just keep going. After that, there's And the Whole World is DeVille, which is the boo-boo. And then Ocean Way, which I absolutely abhor. I hate. I don't even know what he's talking about anymore. I don't know where he's going with this. Not a fan. Not feeling it. So that's kind of where I'm at on that. So as far as this two, I've got half of one song, two, three, four, five songs out of that song that I like. Out of disc two. So if I could take those 5 songs out of disc two, put them into disc one, to replace the ones that I'm not feeling, would be good. But I definitely prefer disc one over disc two as a whole. So where does this album land? Because it's kind of the issue when it comes to Cole anyway. He can't really. I don't even know if it's possible if he could have lived up to the hype. I mean, he's been talking about it for 10 years, so it kind of sets you up for a failure to try to live up to anything that's that big for that long. I mean, he's talking about the fall off since the very end of Kids on Drugs, so KOD. So where's the fall? How do you live up to that? It is not a trash album. It's not. It's not trash. It isn't. And it definitely ain't a classic. All right. People throw everything out like, oh, this is a classic. First of all, classic means, to quote Rakim, it's timeless. All right. So if something's a classic, it is going to be remembered for decades after it. A classic means, hey, in 25 years, when they're talking about hip hop, this is one of the albums that they're going to bring up. This means in 30 years, people are going to go back and they're still going to listen to this and they're going to rock with it. That's what a classic is. A classic album is just fire. It's amazing. And it changes the genre. It's used as a hallmark of what the genre represents outside of its genre to other genres of music as a whole. And that's not what this is. It's also not the worst thing to ever come out. It is a J. Cole album. It's definitely not as good as Friday Night Lights. It's not as good as 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I do think that it's better than KOD. I do think it's better than Born Sinner. I know some of you coal miners are going to be really upset about that because I know there's a small community that feels like Born Sinner is like the best thing since sliced bread. Born Sinner ain't up there. It's not up there with the Warm Up or with Friday Night Lights. I think I probably put it on even with For Your Eyes Only. But here's the thing though, even though For Your Eyes Only was not a good project, the songs that I really loved out of For Your Eyes Only, like, they earworm, they stick in your head. I'm constantly still going back to them to this day. They're still in rotation. I'm walking around and it just pops in my head and I'm humming it. I've listened to this album so many times, and like, even the ones that I do like, there are no earworms, right? There's nothing that like really pops up. It's like, oh man, like, I can't stop saying it, or I can't stop reciting it. It's been stuck in my head all day. There's not a single song like that. When Freddie Gibbs dropped Alfredo 2, I was saying check for like 3 weeks. Like, I could not get enough. I couldn't wait to go back and listen to Alfredo 2. Like, I didn't get that from this. It didn't make any waves for me. And so after going through it and listening to it a number of times, I'm trying to wonder, okay, the rapping is elite. The beats are okay. The subject matter is kind of, he ain't really talking about nothing. And there's not really a coherent theme. Just because you say this is what the theme is doesn't mean that you actually build the theme out in the raps. Okay? It doesn't. And so I'm trying to figure out, man, I'm not really high on this album. But it's not like he can't rap. Why am I not high on this album? Why is this album not better than it is? And like 2 days ago, I was driving home, I think. And I think I figured it out. It was like, oh, that's why. Because Cole has been producing his albums since like the beginning. Cole has been producing his albums himself. He's a talented guy, but like, he's not an elite producer. And when I think of the best projects that Cole has dropped up, they're all on somebody else's beats. They're on classic beats. You know? And I think that's what's hindering him. I think if Cole were to have gotten an elite producer, if he was going to take the pride aside and take a step away from the keyboard, from the 808s, whatever machine that he's using, and he was to let a Hit Boy or an Alchemist or who would be a good like one of those, maybe even a mix between Hit Boy and Pharrell, Timbaland, since he's kind of doing the ode to hip hop thing. Like, I think this album could have been a classic if he kept that same level of penmanship, that same elite barsmithing, with some actual content beyond just below the surface level, and elite production by those types of guys. I think he would be phenomenal. I mean, I think the album. Look, he's got another chance for his next one because he's gonna come out with a next one. Like, if you think this dude is done rapping, go back and listen to the music. He said that he intends for this to be his last album. Heavy on the intend. All that means is he's keeping the door open for when he drops his next one. Jay-Z's retired like 3 times or whatever. Rappers don't really retire. But yeah, I had to give this album a score, and I was going to give it a 7, but to be honest, I think I was being too nice. I think I was being too liberal, and I think I was trying to give credit because of the elite barsmithing. In reality, I'm giving it a 6.5. It's a 6.5. It's not mid. It's a good album. You know, I got 5 is mid. It's not good. It's not bad. A 6 is it's good. A 7 is, oh, this is a really good album. Like, this is gonna get some spins regularly in the rotation after a while after the album cycle has seen its day. And 8 is a great album. Like, this is top notch. Like, this is gonna get recommended for awards. This is gonna get nominated for album of the year. It's just hitting all the wickets and it's phenomenal. A 9 is a classic album. That is, this album will be remembered 20, 25, 30, 35 years in the future for the genre. And then I mark 10s as legendary. These are albums that they go outside of, they go beyond your genre. This is like, this non-hip-hop fans know what this, All Eyes on Me is well beyond hip-hop, right? Right. It just is. Thriller is beyond hip-hop, or is beyond pop, right? So that would kind of be my example on a 10. And I marked this at a 6.5. I was going to give it a 7, but to be honest, I wouldn't be honest on it. I would be being too nice. So yeah, it's I think this album has better songs or more entertaining songs than For Your Eyes Only, but the songs that are good are not as catchy or as fire as those fire songs that are on For Your Eyes Only. So if I had to mark it, I'd probably put Friday Night Lights, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, and then somewhere in the middle of his discography, I would put For Your Eyes Only, and just under that, this. So yeah, that's the fall off, y'all. Some people are disappointed. Some people are swearing that it's God's gift to planet Earth in 2026. That was my honest review on it. What is Cole gonna do? Some things that were also disappointing about the subject matter. So Cole didn't talk about a lot of the stuff that I thought he was going to talk about. He didn't really address the whole beef situation with K-Dot and Mr. Duck Lips, Drizzy Drake. He didn't address the fact that he apologized on stage, which, by the way, is like, it's the first and only time it's happened in hip-hop. I mean, even Drake, who committed the cardinal sin and became the feds. It's crazy, but whatever. Even Drake, duck lips, barrettes in his hair, Drake fought. Drake went up against like 9 different guys that he competed. He didn't bow out. We can't say that for this elite lyricist because he folded under the pressure. And he didn't even address it. He just went monk, and then it came back and was like, yeah, I'm going to drop an album, and my core fan base is going to love it, and maybe they'll just forget about it. But he didn't address that. He didn't address the beef with Rock Nation and Jay-Z, not trying to give him his publishing and that whole thing. He he didn't really delve into the upbringing or the sound style of Carolina that I thought he was going to in the intro album. He kind of touched on reversing his career, which I think was the whole point of that song with the reversal, obviously, where he's rapping back his life because he's being born anew and he's starting his career over. That's the term. I hate J. Cole. Fuck J. Cole. That bar, right? That's obviously where he's going with that. It's a beige album, man. It's beige. I can't even say a splash of red. It's like if you took the paintbrush and you dipped it in a bucket of red paint, and instead of splashing it, you just kind of flipped it. That's what it is. It's a very safe album. It's you can tell that he's a big student of hip hop, and it's like he went to New York and he studied. Oh, these are the rules. What makes a good album. And he made sure to color in the lines and check all the boxes. And all right, here you guys go. I mean, I would give him congratulations because if you're a coal miner, if you're a big time Cole stan, you absolutely are gonna love this album. Like, it is the quintessential J. Cole album. Again, I've heard better from J. Cole, so maybe he can get a producer that can provide better beats and he can get deeper content material instead of trying to make his versions of Good Kid, Mad City, and nothing was the same. But hey, who knows? Well, that's all I got. The fall off, it turned out to be prophetic. This dude is definitely falling off in real life. As far as album making, but when it comes to rapping, oh, he can still rap. He can still rap, and so I got to give him his credit on that. And I got to give him a congratulations on being able to put together a body of work that I think his core fan base, those guys who really, really, really love him, and then the coal miners, the guys who, just those guys, they're gonna love it. They're gonna love it. If you're more of a, hey man, like I'm kind of expecting more out of you, because I'm not comparing J. Cole to Lotto. I'm not comparing J. Cole to 21 Savage. I'm comparing J. Cole to J. Cole. I'm comparing J. Cole to Kendrick Lamar. I'm comparing J. Cole to those guys, right? I'm comparing J. Cole to Nas, which I probably shouldn't be because, I guess they're not really in the same caliber. But like, I can just think of, I've heard so many albums this year that did so much more for me. Let God Sort 'Em Out by the Clips. Alfredo 2 by Gibbs. It's just, yeah. GNX. And let me tell you something. I think GNX was a good album, too. It was a good album. Okay? I know that it won Grammy, all these Grammys and stuff. Let's be honest, though. The Grammys, they owe Kendrick that because they robbed him out of that Grammy that they gave to Macklemore for Good Kid, Mad City. So that's what that is. It's a good album. It's better than Mr. Morale and the Mid-Steppers, but it's not Good Kid, Mad City. To Pimp a Butterfly or Damn, So I think this is kind of just maybe where hip hop is at right now. A lot of good music still coming out, but like, yeah, that's kind of how I felt about it. I'm not really rushing to go back to it. I'd rather listen to Alfredo 2 or The Heels Have Eyes 3. I'd rather listen to GNX. Yep, 6.5, The Fall Off. If you like it, I love it. I think it is a Cole album. Not the best, not the worst. It says what it is. Alright, get out my face. I'm done.